Hey guys, so the next video you're about to see is kind of my roundup of 2019, so it'll just be some of the things that I've done, just memories I made through this year, and then at the end of the video I'm going to be talking just about my take on the year as a whole. So I thought I'll do a little montage of the year just to round off this year and go into the new year. Thought that'd be pretty cute. So yeah, next video you're about to see, it's going to be my montage of my 2019. Hope you guys enjoy it, and then at the end you will see me just talking about how I felt the year's gone. Hope you enjoy it.
Why fuck cancer? That's a great question. Why fuck cancer?
I think specifically he's asking why you chose fuck cancer to be involved with. Out of all of the cancer charities that are out there, why did you choose to get involved with fuck cancer?
I did not choose fuck cancer. Fuck cancer chose me.
So that's just a look back on my 2019. I don't know where the year's gone, if I'm being honest, guys. Like, it's just like, I feel like we was only celebrating the start of the new year like yesterday, and we're like at the back end of the year now. Like, Christmas has come and gone. I just feel like as you get older, the years just go. They just go so fast. I suppose you just have to make good use of the time you've got. So, start of the year, not much really happened at the start of the year, to be honest. Like, January lasts for about 55 years. It's like the longest month ever after Christmas and New Year. My year really didn't start till like February, I guess. I went to see Good Charlotte at Alexandra Palace, which was absolutely incredible. It was like their biggest ever headline show. You know, Good Charlotte were like the first band I saw back in 2005. So I was like, well, naturally, I'm gonna go to that. So I went to that gig, and it was just like, they was on for like almost 3 hours. It was unreal to see them on that big stage, just like thousands of people singing to songs that I've grown up with, and as corny as it will sound, probably shaped my earlier years when I was younger. Yeah, so like they're to hear all those songs live, like, you know, 15 years later, still hold a special place here. And like, in a way, those songs shaped me back in my college days, and to this day, like, it sounds really far-fetched, but with me personally, the music I listen to, it sort of has helped shape and define who I am. So to see them live was just an amazing night. Lost my voice, absolutely worth it. Then the same month, so this was in February, me and my dad went to see the Mighty Oaks in London. You know, like with your parents or a sibling, you have that one thing you relate to. Well, Mighty Oaks was a band that my dad got me into, and like him and his partner bought me tickets for Christmas like last year, and the tour was in February. Just an acoustic show, but it was one of those nights that you couldn't put a price on, because obviously it was the first time I'd seen them. It was only 3 of them, wasn't the full band, all acoustic, but they was on for like 2.5 hours. And I think the only way I can describe it is one of those nights that I was just absolutely mesmerised. That band, my god, they've been through so much. And when they were singing the songs back, you could see the emotion on those 3 faces. And like, even me, I was just sitting there just like, damn. That was quite a cool memory I got to share with my dad. Yeah, that band sort of brought closer together, I guess, in a way. So that was quite an awesome night. And then March was when I moved out, which it was such a surreal thing, because I knew it was coming and I thought I'd be okay. But I suppose like whenever you live with your parents, you're never quite ready on how you're going to feel on that day. Obviously, I've been packing and stuff since like the new year, because obviously I knew the movie day was 16th of March. The last night I was there, so it was like the Friday, I just sat down with Dad and his partner, who's been like a mum to me. So we was just having like a last dinner, if you like. It was just nice to have music on, have dinner, have a few drinks and that, and then it sort of hit all 3 of us that obviously I was going to be moving tomorrow. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember I was doing my last bits of packing. I was watching Suits. I don't know why. I had background noises. I had Suits on and I was packing. I remember looking around my room and I was just like, oh, this is weird. Because when I boxed everything up, I was like, oh man, this is actually real. Like, this is actually happening. I mean, I've been in that house for, well, I've been back and forth, but I moved back in there in like 2009, and it was like 10 years later, I'm moving out. I mean, it took me longer to move out than most, because I'm on my own, single guy, don't have the luxury of being with someone to have a partner for, you know, joint money to get a place, so I ended up doing a house share with someone I work with and his wife, and, you know, got a pretty sweet setup. But yeah, I just remember, like, I was back and forth to the place I'm living in now on the Saturday, and I think I had to go back home, like, to my dad's to get my last few bits. And then it hit, like, on my dad's partner. And, like, I said bye to her. She started crying. I went, oh, no, can't do this. I said bye to her dogs, which missed me boys. That was tough. And I just remember, like, I got in my car and I just looked at the house one last time and I was like, oh, it's been some good times here. And I just remember driving, like, to where I am now. And then my dad was around doing stuff and he got choked up. And I remember that night was crazy because I was unpacking and then I went to cinema that night to see Captain Marvel, like my friends. And then my dad called me when I got out of cinema and we just had a chat and he was just like, oh, this is weird. I went, to be honest, it doesn't feel like I've moved out. I mean, that first week it felt really strange. It was only when I was like, oh no, actually this is my home now. That was the experience I didn't thought I would go through with moving out. Because obviously I've been wanting to do it and I'm glad I did it, but it was just like, in a way, it was like one of those moments where you look back and you're like, it was tough at the time, but now it's like made the relationship with the family better, so that's a positive. April, not much really happened in April, to be honest. Just doing odd things. Went up north to see my friend. Saw Avengers Endgame, which to me, that was like a monumental film, like in nerd history, if you like, because it was the build up of 11 years. And I remember the first time I saw Endgame, I came out and I was like, I was just speechless. Because as a fan, everyone's like, oh, Infinity War was better. In terms of action, I agree. But for me, Endgame ran off this epic story that started in 2008 of Iron Man. And I just remember sitting there watching it, and the whole time I was just like, jaw drops. I did get a bit teary at some points because there was certain moments in that film and you're just watching it and I'm like, oh, the way everything's coming together, and it was referencing to the previous films, and like, as a fan, like for me, I was like, this is probably the greatest superhero film of all time. I remember walking out and me and my friend were just like, wow, was a spectacle, and I'm glad I saw it on release, because I know if I hadn't seen it, things would have got spoiled. And like, when I watch Endgame now, I just think, yeah, I was there. Like when it first came out, I saw it in Sheffield, and it was just like this amazing experience. Everyone in the audience was like clapping at the end and cheering, because it was just the best way to end the Infinity Arc. May, the only thing really good thing that happened in May was I went to MCM Comic Con, which I go every year. The Friday I went to the Stephen Amell Fuck Cancer party, which every year he's done it, I've wanted to go, never been able to afford it, and then me and my friend Lucy went. It was really cool because it was like in this little club. There was obviously, you had to buy a ticket and then you got the t-shirt, that was your entry. Stephen came in, like his wife was there, and then the woman he works with at Fuck Cancer, they done a cool little Q&A panel. I think it was like therapeutic for people. I've lost people to cancer and I know people that are going through it, and it's a charity that I donate to a lot, and I've raised money for charity. Like I did a run last year, raised £200 that went to Millennium Cancer Research. So it's something I hold dear. So listen to people's stories there. Stephen Amell doesn't have to do charity work, but I think where he's like in the public figure, you know, known for Arrow and stuff, people following what he does, and I've supported him since day one. So when we was at the party, like he was doing the panel, he was talking about the work the charity's done, how he's, you know, change people's lives, raise awareness, and just hearing there was a lot of cancer survivors there, and to hear their stories, it was like, well, it was quite a cool evening, because like he'd done the panel and he was walking around with the fans and stuff, talking to them, and I was like with Lucy and some of the girls we know from Comic Con, so we had quite a good time. Went home, and then Saturday and Sunday we done MCM Comic Con, which was really awesome because obviously Heroes and Villains, it fell apart this year because obviously that was supposed to be the same time the event got cancelled. So Stephen Amell, David Ramsey and Emily Bit Rickards, they went to MCM, which outraged the fans. I'm not being funny. If you're part of an organisation, you don't agree the way it's going and you don't want your fans to suffer, then why not go to an event the same weekend? Like, I didn't see the issue because we got to meet him again and chat to him, got some photo ops with him, which was awesome. They were funny as hell, great experience. So I was like, I don't see the big deal. But, you know, what people see the negative stuff too much and don't see that, oh, it's actually a good thing that they've still took time out of their busy lives to come to London and hang out with everyone. And that was cool because like it was probably the last time that the three of them will be together, because obviously, you know, Arrow's ending like next month, which I'm still not come to grips with, I'm still not ready for, to be honest. But it was cool because he's got a chat with Stephen, had the photos. I spoke to David Ramsey a lot. That guy, like, honestly, he remembered me from London last year, which was super dope because I had the picture with me from last year. And he was like, oh yeah, you was the guy that kept changing your t-shirts. I'm like, no, I wasn't. And we had a little laugh, and then he asked, obviously, was I affected by Heroes and Villains? And I said, luckily I wasn't, because I was on the fence about going, because I knew stuff wasn't right with it. And then I was just talking about, obviously, the final season, because at the time the final season hadn't aired. Asked how he felt about it, and then he was just saying, like, I know why it's in. He said, but I can't tell you. I went, that's fair enough, man. So I'm not gonna press. And then he was just talking about, like, he was directing an episode which was awesome. Got some few photos of him. He signed my picture because me and Lucy got a joint OTA up, so I got it signed by 3, which is awesome. Yeah, he was just a really cool guy. I remember meeting him last year. I think I met him 3 or 4 times because I was just like, this guy is so cool, and he was exactly how I hoped he'd be and more. Got to meet Misha Collins, you know, Castiel from Supernatural, which next to Arrow, Supernatural is like my second favourite show. It could, in some ways, it might even be better. Got to meet Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier. That was quite awesome, meeting him, because he's a big like celebrity. Yeah, and then just like, had a good time at Comic Con, walked around. I remember being absolutely dead by the Monday. Because when I Comic Con, I go hard. 3 full days, 4 or 5 hours sleep, up at 6 o'clock every morning. Yes, I get that. I did enjoy that. And then I was broken for the next week, which was awesome. And then that same month, my nephew was born, so it's like my 3rd time being an uncle now. Brother's got 2 kids. My sister's newborn. So I was like, oh Jesus Christ, I already am an uncle now. So yeah, I was like, oh, 3rd time being an uncle. Getting pretty good at this now. I remember getting the phone call on the Friday. I was just sitting here, I think I was actually editing, funny enough. And I get a call from my sister and it was like, yeah. She's like, don't mean to alarm you, my water's broke. And I'm like, you're telling me this now? I was like, please tell me you got someone in hospital. I was like, well, talk away, spring it on me. Good thing I wasn't out somewhere, you know what I mean? Jesus. So then I remember waking up, no, it was the Thursday. She called me Thursday night, and on the Friday morning, by the time I got to work, he'd been born. Little chunk as he is. So that was quite a special moment. And then June was my sister's 21st, and I was like, this is crazy, because she's like moved out, she's got a kid now. And I was like, that's just bizarre. So we had quite a cool family celebration for that. That was really nice. Pretty much having all the families together. July just flew by, because the only things I did, I went to see The Score, who's like probably my favourite band at the moment. Went to see them in Camden. That was cool. Their songs have definitely helped me through stuff this year. So I got to see them, which was an awesome gig. And then the end of July was LFCC. I love that. It's like Marmite. I love that con, and I freaking hate that con at the same time, because, there's just too many people. And I remember I got a diamond pass for Zachary Quinto. I remember walking around, bearing in mind it was absolutely chucking it down. I was up at like 3 o'clock that morning to get to Olympia. I'm walking around and I was like, they gave me a pass on Friday. So I walked all the way back rounds, got me one, absolutely soaked. I did have a really great time meeting everyone. I only did the 1 day because I was like, I physically can't do 2 full days. So I met him, John Barrowman, got to meet him again, who I've met a few times. I'm going to say Kirk Acevedo, met him, Dragon from Arrow, Rick Gonzalez, Manu Bennett met again, and then I got pictures with like Brendan Fraser, William Shatner, Lenny James from Walking Dead, met him, Amy Garcia from Lucifer, who's probably one of my favourites that weekend. Should have met Tom Ellis, but hopefully get to meet him again. And I had a really cool time, just like meeting the actors, sharing stories of them, obviously getting stuff signed. Obviously the Arrow guys was the main reason I was there, because of how Heroes and Villains fall through. It wasn't as stressy, that con, apart from like the clash in the photo ops. Like I had to duck for one and go back to the other. I was like, oh, why? So yeah, I love that con, but I also hate that con because the organisation, it just stresses me out. Oh, I'm like, cons can be stressful. You want it to run smoothly, do you know what I mean? August was like my dad's 60th, so that was like the big thing that month. We did a few celebrations, went around his on his birthday, did presents at the barbecue, which was cool. And then I remember on the Saturday, for a party for him, like invited old like work colleagues and friends he's not seen in years. I even reconnected with family friends I've not seen since I was like 10, which is quite surreal. I was like way down here when I saw them last, and now they've seen me. I was like, oh geez, you're all grown up now. I'm like, yeah, I won't say grown up, but I'm there, kind of. So it was cool reconnecting with them, and I'm in touch with them now. Which is nice for me dad just had that final sort of send off, because obviously he left for France this year, so he moved over there. September was a bit of a nothing month really. Nothing really happened good in September. October was a pretty big month because obviously I turned 30. I don't feel any different. It's just a number, to be honest. So that was that. So I had my 2 superhero parties, which was cool. So I had one at the start of the month with my friends, and then I had like a second one with my friends from work. That was at the 2 parties. I think that one was a more party, if you get what I mean. The one with Marley, it was just everyone was just like having a good time, catching up, telling embarrassing stories about me, which is also great for people. The superhero one with my work friends, that was really good. A lot happened that night. Ended up seeing a friend I'd not seen in a while. We reconnected, and then turns out we both had feelings for each other because I hadn't seen her in about a year. You know, things happened that night, and then started to, you know, remember I had feelings for her before I flew out to Japan. Like, we met up, filmed the video, which you guys have probably seen, and then we just like talked about stuff. One thing led to another. Stuff happened that night. Left on an absolute high. That was a birthday I'll never forget. Because obviously, I'm not gonna name the person, but obviously this girl I've had feelings for years, and I've never ever acted on it just because, like, no interest in me. 2 different people, so I was like, nope, just always put it back in my head. But after me partying and that Saturday, it was like, maybe it could be time, I don't know. I mean, in my head that day, we were just hanging out, had a coffee at Starbucks, filmed some videos for my channel, and then we were just talking and stuff, in a discreet way. Kind of told her that I had feelings for her, but kind of didn't wait, and she clocked it. It was one of those nights I'll never forget, even if it was just a one-off. You know, I just shared that moment with her. It was something I'll remember a lot about this year. See, she left. She came around on a Sunday because I bought her some flowers, which she forgot. She picked them up, so I saw her again before I flew out. And so yeah, obviously I was on cloud 9 at this point. And then I flew out to Japan 22nd of October, which I absolutely was bricking it because I've never travelled solo before, especially that far. Oh my god, I was like bricking it. Did all my research, did all my flights, connected, everything was fine. I was jet lagged for pretty much the whole time I was in Japan. I think I managed maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep at night, so I was absolutely gassed out. That trip was definitely a trip of a lifetime. Don't want it to sound really cliche, but it really taught a lot about myself. And I did do a lot of self-reflection and rediscovered myself in a way. Just like the fact I was in a foreign country, I was getting around on my own, which may not sound like a big deal, but someone that's developed anxiety this year kind of was like, oh, actually I can do this. I was like, if I put my mind to it, I can do it. And I got to see so many cool things out there. Like, obviously, the touristy things, the nerd culture was out of this world. Like, it's exactly what I'd hoped for. There was just some nights I just go walking around on my own, like, because Tokyo is a city that literally doesn't sleep. But I'll just be 3-4 in the morning, I'm like laying there like, nah, screw it, I'm gonna go out. So I went out, did for a walk. The problem is with Japan, like, the time just went like that. I feel like as soon as I was getting there, next thing I know, I was like, oh, I've only got a day, 2 days left. It's crazy. I would 100% go back because I didn't get to do everything. I had to sort of prioritise what I really wanted to do. That was an amazing trip. It's definitely one of the standout highlights of this year for sure. And then obviously I got back end of October. This is where things started to go a bit pear-shaped. So this is, well, it's just me being honest now. So obviously when I left, things were great with this girl. Found out some stuff for a friend who was an absolute rock the whole time. Like, he made sure I was alright. So yeah, found out stuff, and then it basically made everything that happened before I flew out, I was like, well, that's just complicated things. It was basically from there when I started to shut off a bit because I got these feelings, and then I just started to like, at first I was angry, I was upset, I was confused, like, I was hurt, been hurting for a while. Got to a point I hadn't spoken to her a week because I thought if I speak angry, it's not going to end well for anyone. Message on the Thursday, we spoke, and then we met up the following Wednesday to talk about it. And it was a difficult talk because at the time I was like still optimistic. Oh, we'll be together, and then I was like, I need to get rid of that. It got to a point when I was just like so low. I know you have this risk with dating, but like with me, I just feel like every time I put myself out there, I always come off worse off, and I always get hurt, which is why I'm very guarded, especially when you open up to someone that you think would never hurt you. There was that, and then for like pretty much the whole of November, I was just like, I wasn't in a good way. Just because the more I tried to not think about it, obviously the minute I stopped doing stuff, you think about it. It's natural. The minute I would stop doing anything, bam, hit me, start thinking about it, and I'm like, and I was just like, well, okay, this is not helping me, because this is not helping my mental state right now. And obviously it had been about 3 weeks since we had the chat, and then I thought, well, if we don't meet up again, we'll probably never see each other again. So we met up, had a bit of a crosswords about the whole thing. Turns out that I must have got the wrong end of the stick, but that's neither here nor there. That being said, I needed to have the chat with her because it was closure for me, and then I was like, well, I can try and move forward now as just friends, and hopefully we can rebuild that. It's just annoying though, especially when like you had a glimmer of hope, and I suppose on some level I still do, and that is absolutely stupid, because like I'm like, no, after what's happened, there's no way in hell. That stuff's just getting put to the side of my head now, because you know that's just not on the table. So that happened with her, and then I suppose in a way it kind of still is, but I'm better now than I was like 5 weeks ago. So there was that. And then my sister got married, which was, you know, it was an amazing day even. So me and my dad got to both walk her down the aisle. So that was quite nice. She was like, oh, you've been like a dad to me as well. So it was like quite special that she wanted me to walk her down there. So I got to do that. Did the whole ceremony. Speeches in the evening, which was really nice. Everyone was all dressed up, and the family got on, which I thought would never happen. So it was good that everything went off without a hitch, which was cool. Dad left for France like that same month, so I had all this going on with her, and then Dad and his partner's gone to France, and I was like, oh, this is just rough. And then yeah, we just basically arrived in December, really. Yeah, so I met up with obviously this girl like last week, talked about stuff. Now we're just trying to move forward as friends. The one thing I've taken away from 2019 is it's been a challenging year in a number of ways, but then at the same time I'm glad things have happened the way it has, because I've learned a lot of important lessons this year. Lessons that I've had to go through, you know, a bit of hurt and things like that, but I know that I'm going to come out stronger for it, and I'm not going to, this sounds really bad, I'm not going to put so much trust in one person as easily next time. On a like, you know, relationship level, if there's someone that I have things where I kind of put it all out there and expose myself, and that's why it's been tough for me trying to move on. And I've hated like how I've been like not being me, and I felt like the more I talked about it, it was helping, but then it got to the point I'm like, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm stuck in like that place, and I don't want to be stuck there anymore. So, you know, things were good with us now. I sort of had to realise that, oh, you know, maybe this wasn't meant to be then. Which at the time was a tough pill to swallow, but now I'm just like, okay, right, so those feelings, they've just got to go. 100%, I've got to throw them in a box, lock it and chuck it. Yeah, there was that lesson. I've fallen out of friends this year, family, you know, I've been stabbed in the back a lot this year, and I've just like got to start looking after number one. That's the one thing I've took away from it, because I just give myself too much to people, whether it's work, friends, whatever, and I don't expect anything back. But at the same time, if I'm there to help someone, it should be a case where if I ever need help, they would be there. And that's a lesson I've learned this year, because I don't feel that's entirely true with certain like people, which I've learned the hard way. It's gonna make me a stronger person for it, make me a bit tougher. I'm not saying I'm gonna fight everyone, jeez no. I've just sort of really found out this year who I can rely on, who I can't rely on. I don't need to say names, because those people, if they're watching, they know exactly who they are, because they've been there for me. So there's that. And it's just like trying to get like the whole work-life balance, because the problem is with like my job, it's very demanding, which is why I don't get to do this as often as I like to. I suppose like since Japan, really, I've not really had much of a social life, because it's been like money, it's been other things that have crept up. I think one thing I need to do for the new year, I need to make more time for me, and I need to stop trying to please everyone else. I find the more I try and make people happy, my happiness suffers. And you know, Japan, absolute high, and then I've come back and it's been like this. It's been good points, and then with all the stuff that's happened, it's been not so good. But it's been a learning curve, especially the back half of the year. Yeah, overall 2019 has been a good year, but it's also been a year where I've learned important lessons, and you have to learn them, you know, to go through all the stuff. I don't regret it. I regret how certain things have panned out in my personal life, don't get me wrong. Can't change it. There's no point in trying to think, oh, what if, you know, because that's just going to send me on a downward thought process that I don't even want to think about. One thing I've learnt though, and this is the most important for anyone that's struggling with any sort of mental health, you need to talk to people, because that's always been my biggest issue. I feel like showing I'm struggling, or showing I'm not 100% is a sign of weakness, but I think the weakness is not admitting you've got the problem or the stuff you need to deal with. I've had to go through that stuff to learn it. Who knows what next year's going to bring? It's, you know, end of a decade. Absolutely mental. 2020 start of the new decade. We'll see what's in store next year. I don't do resolutions, but I'm just going to be like, there's things I'm going to try to do next year, and I'm going to try and stick to them. Obviously, I'm going to try and do more videos. With the way YouTube's changing, I don't know if I will stick with the platform. Yeah, the way YouTube's going to be changing the new year, I don't know if I will stick on here. I might use other mediums. I'm only a small channel, so it's not like no one's going to notice if I don't upload, apart from the core following I do have. So next year I'm going to be doing a podcast with a couple of my friends, so that's going to be cool. Still, I'm going to film it and maybe upload it on here, or I might do a new channel. I've not decided yet. But yeah, I've got a lot of things in the pipeline next year I want to work on. Maybe go on another travel experience, maybe another trip somewhere. Yeah, I just wanted to sort of really just talk about my ear really, because when I sit in front of a camera, it's therapy for me, I guess. It's a way to, you know, unload and stuff. And some of the stuff I talk about, it may be useful to some people, because I like to think I'm quite an outspoken guy. But coming from someone who is outspoken and who has struggled this year, it's always okay to, you know, ask for help basically and talk about stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and you take something away from it. All I say is have no regrets, because I don't regret what's happened this year, things I've gone through. I only regret that I wish I had hindsight, but you know, can't have 2020 vision, can we? But yeah, so that's just my roundup of 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Hope you all had an awesome Christmas, have a happy new year, and we shall see what the next year brings. Peace out guys, and I will catch you all soon.